Alright, so that was actually one of the craziest trips I've ever had to GameStop. Besides the fact that it was super duper busy, I had one of the best deals I've ever had when it comes to a pickup. Hello everybody, so it is another day and I'm going to be doing something a little different than what I usually do on this series, and that is I'm going to GameStop to trade in some games. Let me explain. So GameStop is currently running a deal as part of their spring sale where if you trade in a game on Xbox One, PS4, Switch, PS5, or Series X, and you get a additional $5 in credit on top of whatever the game's already worth. The catch is the game has to be for one of those platforms, and it has to be worth at least $5 to begin with. So essentially you double the value of that game. I've decided to trade in some of the games that I've acquired over the last few weeks, and the main reason why I'm doing it is because I think I can get at least as much as they're worth, if not more. Plus, I also have two $5 coupons I can use, so I can get a decent deal at GameStop with a couple trade-ins plus my coupons. So here's what I'm going to be trading in. First off, we have Mario Kart 8. Now, you remember I got this from my first trip to the pawn shops. I paid $8 for it. I think it was like 7 something. It's worth $8.80 in trade-in, so I'm getting essentially what I paid, a little bit more than that. It's been listed for a while. It's not really selling. I figure I'll at least get my money back. Might as well, and I can use it on a deal, so I think it's worth a trade-in. It's worth a decent amount of money in trade-in. Next, we have this. Now, this is an empty case I got from a GameStop haul, and I'm using it to store 2 different games. First of all, from my pawn shop trip yesterday, we have Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 in the Xbox One. This is kind of the linchpin as to why I'm doing this deal, because this game in trade-in is worth $5.50, meaning it's worth $10.50, which is essentially what the game is worth, according to price charting. So why would I want to sell it online and probably not make that much when I can trade it in to GameStop and get back at least what it's worth, if not more? It's too good of a deal to pass up. The last game I'm going to trade in, again, because I don't need it anymore since I got a complete copy on the Xbox One yesterday. I have my PS4 copy of Homefront: The Revolution. This one I'm losing a little bit of money on. I think I paid $3 for it in a GameStop haul. It is worth about $2.20 or something in trade-in, so I'm not getting a lot for it. I'm almost getting back what I paid, which, I mean, that's pretty rare for GameStop. Usually when you buy a game, it's not going to be worth nearly as much as what you paid for it, so losing $1, that's fine, especially since I'm gaining 7 on Xenoverse 2. So I'm pretty happy with this. That's going to give me about $21 in credit. On top of that, I'm going to have an additional 2 $5 coupons, so that gives me about $30 in credit that I could use. So I'm going to take a look around GameStop, see what I can find. My thought process right now is either I'm going to do a 4 for $20, which means I'll get $40 worth of games for $20 and have $10 left over, or because it is the last day of the spring sale, I could do another 5 for $50 and essentially pay $20 out of pocket to get $100 worth of games. We'll have to see. I'm gonna look around, take a look, see if there's anything in particular I want to pick up, and we'll go from there. So yeah, should be a fun experience, and I'm gonna take you along for the ride. All right, I'm back at GameStop. Let's see what we can find for our trading credit and coupons to further increase our value and pay next to nothing for a bunch of games. Let's do it. Alright, so that was actually one of the craziest trips I've ever had to GameStop. Besides the fact that it was super duper busy, I had one of the best deals I've ever had when it comes to a pickup. And I'll tell you about that at the end. So, I traded in 2 games. I brought 3 originally, but I only traded in 2. And I will explain why in a second. So those 2 games were worth about $20 in trade-in, plus I had 2 $5 coupons. One was my monthly reward and one was a points reward. So I decided, well, I've got essentially $25 in trade-in. One of the $5 rewards did not work towards a bundle deal, so I had to use it on something else, which I did, and I think it's a good pickup. So essentially I got $25 in credit. So I figured, you know what? Let's pick up a 5 for 50. Why not, right? Since that deal actually was ending today, so I figured, you know, let's go find a bunch of $20 games that I can pick up for that price. So essentially, I paid $25 out of pocket for $100 worth of games. That's amazing. It gets better, though. So here are the games I picked up for essentially $5 each, if you include all the discounts. First, we have Children of Mana on the Switch. So this game is essentially 3 different games, classic JRPGs. We have Final Fantasy Adventure, Secret of Mana, and Trials of Mana. I've heard good things about it, and it's a Switch game. It's rare that you can find Switch games in the $20 range unless they're like garbage. So I figured, you know what, for 20 bucks, I can get 3 classic JRPGs. Might as well go for it. I think that's a solid pickup. Next one on the PS4, and this is my one PS4 pickup, but I think it's a good one. We have The Hunt Showdown. This is a multiplayer-only game from Crytek. Essentially, it's like gothic PvP with PvE stuff. It sounds pretty interesting. I'm always down to play more online multiplayer stuff. And this game has gotten pretty solid reviews. So, for essentially $5, I think that's a solid pickup. Next one, again, returning games that I had at one point that I got rid of because they're worth a lot in trade-in that I picked up for way cheaper. Resident Evil 2 Remake. I owned this game at one point. I think I paid like $15 for it on Amazon last year or the year before. I don't remember. Now I got it for $5. I think that's definitely worth it. Next, now I know I already own this game on the Xbox 360. That I paid $1 for, but I figured, you know what? If I'm ever going to play this series, I'm going to want to play it on the best hardware I can. So I'm going to want to play it on my Xbox One. We have Dark Souls Remastered. I was very close to picking up Dark Souls 2, so I had the entire collection. But I figured, you know what? Let's play the first one first. I already own 3 that I got for a really good price. See if I like it. If I do and I beat it, I doubt I'll beat it, but you never know. Maybe I'll pick up 2, we'll see. But Dark Souls Remastered on the Xbox One, $5. All right, the last of the 5 for 50 deal is Plague Tale Innocence. I've heard good things about this game. It's like a adventure game. It was on Game Pass at one point. That is obnoxiously loud. Holy hell. It was at Game Pass at one point. It got removed a long time ago, so I figured, you know what? For essentially $5, it's worth a pickup. So Plague Tale. So those were my 5 for $50 pickups that I only paid $25 for. So my second $5 reward, because I couldn't combine it with that deal, I decided, well, let's find another bargain that I can pick up for a good price. This is a pretty solid one. For $5 again, because this game was normally priced at $10, but I got half off. We have the Trine collection, though. So this is a collection that includes all 4 Trine games, 1, 2, 3, and 4. They're puzzle platformers. Sounds cool. It's 4 games for $5, essentially. So that's solid. I figured that's worth the pickup. Here's the crazy part. And this is why I did not end up trading in my copy of Homefront: The Revolution on PS4. Before me, there was a guy who was trying to trade in a whole bunch of games and stuff to pick up a new controller for his Xbox One. He had some interesting stuff, a lot of stuff that GameStop wasn't going to take, including 2 original Xbox games. And so I asked him just casually, because he seemed like he just wanted to get rid of them. I'm like, all right, well, what do you want for them? And he was like, oh, I'll take it for $1. Okay. I happened to have $1 with me in cash, and I didn't have a second dollar. So I decided, okay. So I was trying to figure out, okay, what am I going to do? Because I want the second game too. What can I do to get it? I had my copy of Homefront the Revolution, which trades in for $2. So I told the guy, here's what I'll do. I will give you $1 in cash and this game that trades in for $2 in exchange for your 2 original Xbox games. And he took the deal. So I have 2 original Xbox games that I picked up. And one of them, considering the price I paid for it, is worth a lot of money. And I mean a lot. First game is Unreal Championship 2 on the original Xbox. This was an Xbox One, or original Xbox exclusive. First-person shooter. I did own this game at one point. I think I traded it in years ago. What's crazy, too, is I checked the discs on these. They're in very good shape, especially considering how old these games are. And this one is complete. I checked it. I don't believe this game is backwards compatible, unfortunately, on the Xbox One/Series X. But I paid essentially $2. I didn't really pay anything because this was the game I traded Homefront the Revolution for. So a game I paid $2 for, or $3 for essentially, traded for this, which is worth more than that. Here's the crazy one that I paid $1 cash for because I knew how much this game was worth, and I'll show you that when we get to the recap. Conquer Live and Reloaded on the original Xbox. I paid $1 in cash for this. I sold my old copy last year for like $50. And now I have a copy that's actually better than the copy I had. I paid $1 for it. This is a full remake of Conker's Bad Fur Day, plus it has a multiplayer mode on the original Xbox, and it's backwards compatible. So you can play it now on your Xbox One or your Series X. Absolute slam dunk for $1. So overall, I paid essentially $34. I got 8 games, one of which is worth almost all of that. So actually, I think it's worth more than that. I did well. Let's head home and do a recap for this haul, and then after that, I've got one more group of games I'll show off. All right, so I have returned from GameStop with my awesome haul, and I gotta tell you, after doing the research and punching everything into price charting, this is easily the best value haul I've ever had on this show. That tells you something. So before I show you everything, let me tell you exactly what this all cost. So I traded in 2 games that I acquired in previous episodes. One was valued at about $8, one was valued at 10. I got exactly that for the trade-ins. I also brought in a game that was worth 2, but I traded it for another game that's worth more than that. I had $1 in cash, and then I had 2 GameStop coupons. So when you subtract all that from the total value, or the amount that I paid, essentially I paid $36, sorry, for all of this. And considering I got 8 games for $35, that's pretty good, especially when you consider one of them is worth more than that entire amount. All right, we're gonna start off with the 5 for $50 GameStop haul that I acquired, essentially for like $25. We have Collection of Mana on the Nintendo Switch. It looks good. It's a collection that includes Final Fantasy Adventure, Secret of Mana, and Trials of Mana, all on the Switch. Classic Japanese RPGs. I paid essentially $5 for this, and it is worth $20. So definitely good value for the price. Next, we have Hunt Showdown on the PlayStation 4. It's a multiplayer first-person shooter from Crytek. Looks fun. I've heard it's good. I'm always down to try some new multiplayer games on current-gen consoles, and I don't have that many on PS4 that I really want to play, so I'm excited to try this one. This one is, I paid $5. It is worth $14. So, again, solid value. Next, we have Resident Evil 2 on the Xbox One. I had this already. Traded it in because it was worth a good amount of money. Got it back for a lot less than what I got in trade-in. Paid $5. This is worth about $14. So again, good return. Next we have Dark Souls Remastered. So now I have essentially 2 copies of Dark Souls, even though I've never played a Dark Souls game. And I have Dark Souls 3. So I have Dark Souls 1 on the Xbox 360 Dark Souls Remastered on the Xbox One and Dark Souls 3 on the Xbox One. I just need Dark Souls 2 and then I've got them all. I'll keep an eye out. I'm sure I'll find it for cheap. I paid $5 for this. It is worth $15. So again, good return. This one surprised me with how good the value is. We have Plague Tale Innocence on the Xbox One. Again, $5. This one's worth $18. So I didn't expect this would be worth a whole lot, but apparently it is. So that's cool. 18 bucks. Now we got the extra game that I acquired because I wanted to use my $5 off coupon and I couldn't apply it to the 5 for 50 deal. So I got the Trine Collection. It includes Trine 1, 2, 3, and 4. So essentially this is 4 games in one. It has bonus content as well. I paid $5 for this and it is worth 10. So it's worth what they were asking for it, but you know, it's 4 games added to the collection. I've heard the Trine games are good, so might as well pick it up. Here are the exciting ones. So the 2 original Xbox games that I picked up from a random GameStop customer who was trying to trade them in. Obviously GameStop wasn't going to take them. So I made an offer since I was there. I offered him $1 cash and then 1 game, which was Homefront: The Revolution on PlayStation 4. It's a game worth $2. I'm like, you know, he was asking for $1 each. I gave him a game worth $2 and $1 in cash, and he was completely happy with that. And what I also did not realize until I took a look is that both of these games are backwards compatible on Xbox One and Series X. So I can pop these into my current gen console and play them, both of them. Which begs the question, why is GameStop not taking them considering you can play them on current gen? I don't know, but whatever. First off, we have Unreal Championship 2 on the original Xbox. It's an Xbox exclusive first-person shooter from Epic Games. I had this game originally, I think when it came out. It was pretty fun from what I remember, although it's been many, many, many years since I played it. What's nice about these games, obviously he's got the original artwork. They're complete, so I got all the paperwork here. The cover art has seen a little better days. It's a little worn, but that's okay. The discs are in gorgeous shape. For an original Xbox game, like, that's beautiful. So I'm excited to add this to the collection. I'm always down to add some original Xbox, especially ones that I can play on my current system. I essentially traded Homefront: The Revolution for this game. So I didn't pay anything for it. I traded a $2 game to him for it. It's worth about $7. So I still did well with this one. And I'm excited to add to the collection. But then we have the big winner. And when I say big winner, I mean big winner. Conquer Live and Reloaded on the original Xbox. Now, if you don't know what this is, and I know I explained it already, it is a full-blown remake of Conker's Bad Fur Day from the N64 on the original Xbox. It also came with this interesting multiplayer mode that was made exclusively for this game. It's not on Rare Replay. They decided to go with the original N64 version, so the only way to play this version of Conker's Bad Fur Day is to play it on the original Xbox, and it does look pretty darn good for an original Xbox game. I had this game last year, and I sold it on eBay for $40 back when I needed cash. This one is in better shape than the one that I sold on eBay. So again, if you look at it, it is complete. It has the manual. The disc on this one is pretty much flawless. There's some very minor scratching, but like you can't even see it. So this one is in amazing shape. I paid $1 in cash for this game. It is worth $49. That's amazing. It's not every day that you get a score this big. I think because the guy at GameStop was even telling the guy, like, you could probably sell these original Xbox games on eBay and get more money for them. I don't think he wanted to bother. So he just said, hey, I'll sell them to you for $1 each. I'm like, okay. So I gave him $1 for this one because I knew how much this was worth. Actually, it went up. It's worth more than it was originally. Fantastic score. Absolutely fantastic score. Probably the score of this entire series. So I'm proud of it. And honestly, I'm probably going to keep it this time. It's in really good shape. I can play it on my Xbox One or my Series X. So why would I not? And I paid $1 for it. If I get into a bind, of course, I can sell it, but I'm probably going to keep it. Fantastic score. Did very well at GameStop today. I'm very proud of our haul, but we're not done because I also made an online order where I scored some even more fantastic deals. Not better than that one necessarily, but some pretty fantastic deals. So let's go take a look at those. Alright, so it is a couple days later and I have acquired my GameStop order. So this order is a 4 for $20 and a few extra odds and ends just because I needed it to add up to 35 so that I didn't have to pay for shipping. And overall, from what I remember, I did pretty well on this order. So hopefully everything's in good condition and hopefully complete. I'm not super optimistic, but you never know with GameStop. So I've got one package that has one game and one package that has all the rest. So let's open up the one game first and see what we got in. Ooh, a surprise. We have Gun on the Xbox 360. So if you don't remember this was an Xbox 360 launch title. It was also a cross-gen game on the PlayStation 2 and original Xbox. It's a Old West third-person shooter made by Neversoft, the team who made Tony Hawk and then later Guitar Hero. Heard it was good. I played it a little bit when it came out. Pretty excited to add it to the collection since I don't remember much about it. This was part of the 4 for $20, so I essentially paid $5 for this. Pretty happy with that. I'll give you the recap of everything in terms of value after I'm done unboxing, going over conditions and everything. So this first game, Gun, it's not complete, it's missing the manual, but the disc is in good shape. The fact that I got a case is pretty good, so I'll take it. All right, so now let's open the big one and see what we got. So for starters, Star Wars Battlefront on the PlayStation 4. This was literally a throw-in because I needed my order to be $35, and I think I was $1 short. So this game I paid $1 for on the PS4. I had the original Battlefront on Xbox One for a while. I think I got rid of it, and now I have Battlefront 2. But I don't have the original anymore, so I'm like, well, I'll pick it up on PS4 for $1. Why not? Maybe I'll play it at some point. Next up, we're doing well for cases so far. We have Strange Brigade on the PS4. This is a co-op action game, I think. It looks interesting. I've seen this game in a number of different like bargain bins and stuff. So I was originally going to try to just find it in one of those, but I found it for $5, so might as well. So another interesting game that maybe not everybody knows about to add to the collection. Next up, yes. We have Call of Cthulhu on the Xbox 360. This is a brand new sealed copy. Apparently GameStop really wants to get rid of this game because it's on sale for like $4.97. New. Less than $5 for a brand new game. That's crazy. I think I do have this on Games with Gold, but now I have a physical copy. And I heard it's pretty solid, so I am excited to play this eventually. So Call of Cthulhu, sealed on the Xbox One. Next, so we have the Day 1 edition of Just Cause 3 on the Xbox One. I've been meaning to pick this game up for a long time. It's on sale a lot, but I just never bothered to. It was one of the games I could pick up for the 4 for $20, so I'm like, you know what? Let's just go for it. It's the Day 1 edition. It has a bunch of codes in it. I don't know how many of them work. One of them might be good for a giveaway. The case has some damage. If you look up here, there's a crack. But it is complete. It's got all the guts to it. So that's pretty cool. Disc is in good shape. So the case has some damage. There's some cracks in it here and there. But it's got all the guts and the disc is in good shape. So Just Cause 3, $5. I'll take it. Next. Our first generic case. Oh man, this one is horrid. This is one of the worst cases I've seen from GameStop. Yeah, I can't even close it anymore. Jeez. That's bad. That's really bad. I might have to try to do some patchwork on this thing. Holy crap. We have The Evil Within 2 on Xbox One. I figured since I had the first one, I might as well pick up the second one. Disc, let's take a look at it. The disc is fine. It came in a generic case, but the case is trashed. Absolutely trashed. So yeah, that's fun. So yeah, look at that damage. This like spine came out entirely. It's got tons of cracks in it. So yeah, really bad condition case, but the disc looks fine for Evil Within 2. And we only got one game left. Okay. and this one's complete and in good condition. We have Remnants from the Ashes on Xbox One. And again, I just got this game too for PlayStation Plus, I believe. But now I have it on Xbox One. It's a third-person survival action shooter. Looks interesting. It was one of the deals of the day. I think I could get a physical copy for $10. So I'm like, you know what? Might as well go for it. So now I have a physical copy on Xbox. So here's the stack. All these games, except for Remnants, were under $5. They're $5 or less. So Gun, Strange Brigade, Just Cause, and Evil Within were all part of the 4 for $20 deal. Battlefront was $1. Call of Cthulhu was $5 sealed. And then Remnant was $10. So now let's take a look at the values for all of these games. Alright, so we're going to rapid fire through these just to go over the value of each one. And again, like the previous batch, although obviously not as good because the previous batch I did significantly better on. I did pretty well with these. So we're going to start off with Call of Cthulhu. It's a sealed game. It's brand new. I don't know if I want to keep it or try to flip it. I haven't decided yet. That's always the gamble with these sealed games is like, you know, I could keep it, but I do own it in digital form. So I could flip it and make some money. We'll see. I paid less than $5 for this, and it is worth $15 sealed. So definitely did well. I don't know why GameStop is trying to get rid of this game so badly. But yeah, it's on sale for under $5 sealed on Xbox One. So if you want to play it, I'd definitely pick it up. It's definitely worth it. Next up, we're going to the most expensive game. The only game in this entire episode that was worth, that I paid more than around $5 for. We have Remnant from the Ashes. Normally it's $17. I paid $10 as part of deal of the day. It is worth about $16. So basically worth a little less than what they were asking for. Definitely worth it for $10. So solid value there. Star Wars Battlefront. This game is dirt cheap. I paid $1 for it, and it's worth $5 on PS4. So, I mean, definitely worth a pickup if you want to play some online Star Wars multiplayer. I mean, I've heard it's pretty decent from what I've played, from what I've seen. I haven't actually played Battlefront 1, but I mean, it's probably worth pickup for $1. Why not? Evil Within 2 in its absolutely destroyed case. I paid $5 for this, and it is worth $8. That's complete though, so obviously in this condition it's not worth that, but I've got to decide what I want to do with this case because this is really bad. I might be better off moving this over to a sleeve just because of how bad condition the case is. Just Cause 3 on the Xbox One. Paid $5. This is only worth $5. It's an older game. Just Cause 4 is out, and that's older too, so it's not worth a lot of money, but I've heard it's fun, so I'm excited to try it out finally. Open world game where you can do all kinds of fun stuff. Next we got Strange Brigade on the PS4. I paid $5, of course. This one's worth about $9. So again, a little bit of a nice return, and it's worth about what GameStop was asking for it, so not terrible. And then last but certainly not least, we have Gun on the Xbox 360. The fact that I got a boxed copy of Gun is pretty great. Doesn't have the manual, but that's still pretty good. I paid $5 for this, and it is worth $10, so not too bad. So if you combine that stack of games with the games that I got earlier in the week, I've made quite a killing. When you see the results in terms of overall value at the end of the episode, I definitely did well, especially considering how little I paid for all these games. So you can definitely find some pretty significant value even at a place like GameStop. Sometimes you might just have to get lucky and find a guy who's trying to trade in original Xbox games that are worth a lot of money and be able to buy them off him for a small amount. But other times, you'll be able to find some good stuff. So that is going to do it for this episode of the Bargain Game Hunter. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy it. We're going to do another giveaway. I've done a few, and that's one of the things that I saw in this copy of Just Cause 3, is there's a code. I don't know if it's still good, but might as well give it away if it is, because it might be. I've got a code for Just Cause 2 full game download on the Xbox 360. It's playable on the Xbox One, so if you want to win this copy of Just Cause 2 on the Xbox 360, playable on Xbox One, of course, all you have to do is let me know what your favorite GameStop memory is. Whether it's picking up a game, going to a midnight release, just fun interactions with the people there. You know, everyone who's been collecting games for a while or playing games for a while has had those GameStop moments. So let me know what your favorite memory is at GameStop. Also, you need to make sure you like this video and are subscribed to BigCTV Plays for a chance to win this copy of Just Cause 2. So let me know what your favorite GameStop memory is and you might win a full game download. That's going to do it for this episode. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and click that notification bell. That way you know when new videos drop, not only for this series, but for other gameplay series as well. We got all kinds of gaming stuff coming up on this channel. Don't miss it. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time on the Bargain Game Hunter. Bye-bye.